They're antennas. So if I want my brain to send a signal to my cell, it can do it two ways. It can send an electronic signal down the spinal cord over the nerve roots to the cell and give it an electrical stimulation, or it can secrete a chemical that will travel through the blood and then the cell will listen to it. There's only two ways your cells respond, neurologically and biochemically. Make sense? It's very clear. If we change the outside of this cell, I can make you more reactive to things. So for example, if you have diabetes, we believe medically that it's because for some reason your cells are not listening to the insulin. You have insulin, it's supposed to push the sugar into the cell, it's not working, so therefore we say, well, we'll give you a drug that'll force the sugar in. Make sense? The question should be, how come that insulin isn't working? What if it's because all the insulin receptors on this cell have been burned off? Or they're damaged? Or there's so much toxic vegetable oil fats around this cell that you can't even listen to it. If you don't know this, your cells are made of a layer of fat. So when we look at the actual outside of the cells, we have DNA, we have all the good stuff on the inside. This is all fat. And the reason that it's fat is it has to keep the water in here from the water in your blood outside. If we didn't have the fat there, you guys would all just poof, you'd all fall apart. So the fat, you understand? Like fat keeps water from other areas, yes? So if I have a circular layer of fat, if I eat the right kinds of fats, it will regenerate this membrane. And if I eat the wrong kinds of fats, it causes a toxic inflammatory reaction inside of it. So when they said vegetable oils lead to things like diabetes, it's because it messes up the membrane and then the receptors don't work. Make sense?
Yes.
So all you have to do is start changing your diet and you can rebuild the receptors. So really what's happening when you can't lose weight is it's not your fault per se. It's not like you're not doing the right stuff. You might be working out and change your diet and exercising, but your cells are literally like this. I don't hear anything you're doing. I honestly, I can't hear you at all. It's as if they're saying like, I don't even know what you're doing. Now, that gets very frustrating, doesn't it? Especially for you guys, because you're like, but I'm doing all the right stuff. And then you know what our doctors often say? Well, just do it harder. Just work out longer. Just stop eating food. Because their philosophy is, it must be your fault. Does that make sense? But what it is just simply, you're not listening. There's a famous doctor who actually said the number one reason why we're so overweight is our brain cannot tell that we're fat. Our brain doesn't know that you're fat because your brain can't hear it because the receptors are interfered with. So here's what happens. Your body will work off of two primary things, sugar and fat. And it's been estimated that the majority of us burn sugar all the time. We never, ever, ever burn fat for two reasons. One, we don't eat enough fat to burn it. And two, our bodies just can't hear the fat burning response. This hormone right here called leptin is actually secreted by your fat cells to tell your brain time to get rid of us. So here's how it works. As your fat amounts start to rise, leptin levels go up. As leptin levels go up, your brain is supposed to hear the increase in leptin and say, all right, stop eating. We got to burn this stuff. We have way too much of it. And tink. Okay, fat's at a good level. Leptins come down. Time to start eating again. That's what's supposed to happen. But here's what they've actually determined is going on. When your brain can't hear leptin because you've been eating the wrong kinds of fats and the oils are incorrect, you don't ever hear there's too much of this. So your body actually thinks it's starving. It actually thinks it's hungry. And what happens is you go like this. Man, like I just ate like 2 hours ago, but I'm really hungry. I don't understand why I'm so hungry. Well, I guess the nutritionists were right. I should eat 6 meals a day every 2 hours. They must be right. So I'll start cutting my sizes down, my portions down, and keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. It's just a hormone issue. And the hormone issue stems from the fact that you were probably eating the wrong healthy fats to start with, and you weren't eating enough of the good ones to begin with. If we can get leptin under control, leptin makes you lose an average of 1 pound of fat at night when you sleep. Hold on, I'll say that again. Leptin makes you lose an average of 1 pound a night when you sleep. Holy cow. Let's do the math on this. If my leptin levels are working within 30 days, if I am overweight and I have too much fat, I should lose how much weight? 30 pounds, 30 days. Guess what your doctor will say about that? That is unhealthy. You should not do that. Yet your body's designed for that. So again, your fat cells produce leptin, your brain should hear it and say, stop eating, and then the cycle is complete, and then this stuff starts to diminish. The reason it's not happening for you is your guys' brains aren't working. I'm going to help you to be able to fix that in just a moment. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Are we doing okay?
Yes.
Is it too much? Too fast?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a test that I can do that can actually show me if your leptin's not working properly. And I love this test. This scale was $10,000. It was worth every penny of it. I bought it actually for my wife. And once she got healthy, I brought it to the office because I'm like, this thing is like amazing. Many of you who are patients have had this test done. What I love about it is it does this. Okay? This is an example of someone that came to see me. She weighed 210 pounds when she first walked in my office, was technically obese. And here's the hard part, right? When the measurement comes back and says obese, guess what she told me? Oh, no. I'm not obese. I mean, I know I need to lose some weight, but I'm not obese. Obese is like fat people, right? But now look at this. She has 91 pounds of fat on her body. Pure, unadulterated fat. The device measures you by running a current through you. It can actually tell me how much of your body is made of fat, how much of it is water, how much of it is protein. Her index for metabolism is 34. If you guys don't know what that means, at a 30, you're obese. 34.9 is very obese. When you hit 40, they actually estimate that you have a disease that is killing you. You just don't know it. You've got to get that down to in the mid-20s. Her body fat percent, 43. I'll use an analogy so you guys can understand it. I'm not saying we would do this, but if you go to the grocery store and you buy a piece of meat, would you guys buy a meat that's 43% fat? No. You go, no, what's your leanest? Like, give me like the 97 or the 98 or the 99. Her body is 43.4% fat. Healthy or unhealthy? Majorly unhealthy. And guess what her intake form said? My joints hurt, my brain's not working properly, I can't remember things left and right, and I want to lose weight. Great, we can help with that. Okay? Water. Massively dehydrated. 41% of her body is water. Does anybody know what percent of your body should be water? Out of curiosity? Yeah, like way up here. Okay? Chronic dehydration leads to joint pain, memory issues, fatigue, arthritis, all kinds of issues. And what I'm looking at here is a person who has been lied to her whole life. And I asked her to do a little diet diary for me. Ready for this? Breakfast, oatmeal with orange juice. Lunch, salads, crackers, chips. She did pretty good for lunch. Dinner, she's like, well, that's where I kind of fault. She's like, most of the time I go out to eat because I'm really busy, or I'll microwave like a lean cuisine or one of these kind of things. Okay? I have nothing against that kind of diet, but that's somebody who's just uneducated in regards to what they should be doing to eat. So I can run some tests using urine to actually find out, can you burn fat? This is where it gets really cool. Like, I love this stuff. This urine test shows me that her fatty acid metabolism is completely shut off. When you're in this upper zone like this, your body's not burning fat at all. When you're down here, you're burning fat like crazy. It shows me, is she burning sugars? Well, she's doing pretty good. She can burn sugars very well, but she can't burn fats at all. It's a classic sugar-burning human that cannot burn fat. And when I was going over this with her, she's like, I've been to all these doctors. Nobody's ever run this test on me before. Well, you got to get the right tests. Stop guessing. Get tested. Okay? Post-test. What happened?
Wow.
Pre-test, post-test. Pre-test, post-test. Pre-test, post-test. 6 months.
Wow.
Look at this. 6 months. 210, 200, 190, 170. She's now down to 150 and some change.
Wow.
Look at her numbers. Body fat, almost there. BMI down, water's up. Boom. She was on our Facebook page. Cherie, she's a patient of ours. Before picture, 6 months later. In addition to that, off all of her medications, I'm getting goosebumps. Off all of her medications. Literally came up to me and she goes like, no, like, look. You're not just like my doctor, like you have changed my life. She's like, my daughter, like, knows the difference. She's like, in every aspect, everybody comes up to me and says, how have you done this? What have you done? She's like, honestly, I don't even know. I just ate a lot of fat. I thought you were going to say you joined some special gym that showed you how to do 100,000 burpees. And you ate some sort of special microwave food that's, from Special K or whatever, right? Like, boom. Now, who would like to have that? Guys, you can do this, okay? Line number 2. How many did I say there were?
3.
Okay, we're on number 2. Are we doing good for time?